Hello, I'm William James. I'm the host of The Bald Book Geek, a twice-weekly YouTube channel dedicated to books, movies, video games, geekdom in general. And I'm still having to film on my webcam because I'm having tech problems with the recording of my phone. So, hi. So, randomly, I decided to pick up a Planeswalker novel, which is, there's loads of these, they're set within the Magic the Gathering universe, and I own the original books, the paperbacks of Magic the Gathering. And you know what? I always say this, it just brought back memories, and real nice happy memories, as well as some sad ones. So this is kind of a story time, but also why you need to read these books. So if you like fantasy, you don't have to be a fan of Magic the Gathering. I would wholeheartedly recommend checking out the Fantasy the Gathering novels. There is a downside. The newer ones are easy. The Boom Studio Comics ones are really easy to get your hands on. They're comic books. But the older ones from the 90s and the early 2000s don't exist anywhere on the internet. And that's a shame. They don't exist digitally, and I don't think half of them are even in print anymore. So, and they're now going for a lot of money, so which is a shame. It is a real shame that these don't exist. On the other side of it, this is a good book. This is a fun book, and I like Jace. But it's my only real connection to Magic the Gathering as a game now. Because, okay, story time. When I was a teenager, a friend's brother taught us how to play. He was in university, and he was staying down for the summer. I was about 15. When he went, me and my friends used to play against each other. It was great fun. Not long after, I would say about start of the year, the next time, because I know it was a long time after, it was just after my 16th birthday, I went down to my local game shop that's now defunct and closed. And I bought my deck and my cards and ready for a big Magic event. It was a store one. And everyone was put into draws, so we had to kind of wait our turn, and it was like an elimination thing. There was like 25 of us. And this big guy, we'll call him Captain Sweatpants. Every game shop has one. He looks like he smells. There's holes in clothes where there shouldn't be holes, and he's a big guy. Burst out, took one look at me, burst out laughing, and said loudly in front of everyone, "I want to play a real player." And this guy was really good friends with the manager of the store. Later did I find out. And burst out laughing and told me to F off. And everyone looked around, everyone laughed. The guy behind me got to battle the guy. And I slinked out the side door because it was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. Yeah, so that's always fun. And it's, I never went back. I do remember I got rid of my Magic the Gathering stuff not long after, because my friends weren't playing it anymore, or they were doing other stuff, and I couldn't really play it. So I've always had this weird relationship with trading card games. I used to play Pokemon as a kid and Yu-Gi-Oh! And stuff, but that's kind of died down here. And outside of sort of the very toxic Pogo community of my hometown, there's no one that plays. There's no card shops. The nearest card shop is miles away. It's in a village in the middle of nowhere. I'm amazed it even survives. And I've been there once, and it was not a fun experience for Magic. So that was a different store, the one that I talked about first. That doesn't exist anymore, and that went bust about 2 years after I went there. But I remember that store. I remember that feeling of, like, I really love this game, but I can't do it because I was a painfully shy kid. Like, painfully shy. On the other side of it, the novels have kind of kept me in that world. I haven't bought the cards in many years. I do buy the art books. The art books are things of beauty, by the way, and if you love art, even if you're not a Magic fan, I would recommend those. But the novels have kept me in that world. And it does feel like a shame that I think card games overall have kind of faded in the UK if you don't live in major cities now, which is a shame, or big towns. And I've also found that I'm not as good as I thought I would be, because I haven't played in so long. I'm completely out of the loop with some of the changes and the new mechanics. I did play the games that came out on Xbox. I'd dip in and out of those when I was younger, but they're kind of boring. I always found them quite boring. And then I've dipped into Magic Arena because lockdowns and boredom. And Magic Arena is, in theory, a really fun game, but it's very much pay to win, which is a shame. And me not wanting to invest money in a digital product, I'm just, no, I can't do that. Partly because I'm a tight ass, but also because I'm not good enough as a player now. I dip in and out, but I find it extremely difficult. And I also find that there are certain elements of the game which are very obviously rigged. So that's fun. But yeah, reading those books takes me back to those worlds, the different universes, the multiverse of Magic the Gathering, these characters, these stories. And I wish there was more of them. I wish we could go into that world more, in those characters, and I kind of miss that. And I keep saying I want to play again, but again, the only place where I can play Magic the Gathering is miles away, and getting there is easy, getting back isn't, because I don't drive, but also financial, and also not having any friends that play anymore. I need someone to sit down with me and walk me through some of the new mechanics. And I always find that kind of weird. I mean, last event I went to, I got dragged to an event with a friend, and I kind of ended up hiding in the back room with one of the people, because everyone was completely out of my league, and they're all very serious, and it was very intimidating. And social anxiety in these things is not fun. I need people I know in the room, or at least go with a group of people. But yeah, I do feel kind of disconnected from that. But going into that game and reading those books and going back, it just takes me to those really cool, epic, big fantasies. And it reminds me of why I love Lord of the Rings and Aragon and C.S. Lewis and the Conan novels and countless other fantasy novels that I've read. If you're a regular watcher of my channel, you know I read. So yeah, absolutely just random video, but something I felt I would talk about. Sometimes it's nice to pretend to be a teenager again. Sometimes it's nice. Are the Magic the Gathering novels well written? No. Are they great fun? Yes. And is that what you need? Yes. So tell me what you think in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later.